galaxy far, far away. Distinguished Toastmaster Carson Shaffer used to be a scuba diving instructor. Carson taught many people how to dive at Blue Springs State Park, a 120-foot deep pool that has 87 million gallons of crystal clear water pouring out of it every day. The story you are about to hear is true. The names have been kept the same, so they may suffer. Please welcome distinguished Toastmaster Carson Shaffer with his speech, "Did not see that one coming."
So I had a buddy, Ray Sullivan. Apparently met too many drinks. Ray Sullivan, wheelchair Ray. And he had broken his back in a motorcycle accident at T12. And so he's in a wheelchair. We knew 5 Rays, wheelchair Ray. He ignored being in a wheelchair as much as he could. He'd been scuba diving. You know, he's a biker. He rode a big Harley trike. Biker, you know, Blakey, you know the type. And ignored completely being in a wheelchair. And his buddy Carson was a dive instructor. And he said, "Hey man, I want to learn how to dive. Can you teach me?" So we got all the instructors together. And if you go too deep and come up too fast, you can get the bends, decompression sickness. And the first way you know is these little tiny bubbles in all your joints. And it really hurts, hence the name the bends. And he couldn't feel anything from here down. So we decided that 60 feet was probably about as deep as he should go. Got him all trained up. His last dive of the day. By the way, Ray is a Marine. He's currently serving guard duty for God in heaven right now. So watch out. If you go, he's going to give you the challenge word. So we go to Blue Springs for Ray's crowning achievement of his final dive. We went, and did anybody ever been to Blue Springs? Okay, so one or two. We went in July on a Saturday afternoon. There was literally 1 million people there. It was jammed. There were kids, preteens, teenagers, filled the entire channel. It was a mess. But we held up towels around Ray and we got him into his wetsuit and we wheeled him down to where the boardwalk is. You guys know the boardwalk? Yeah, it's single boards, and I think it's 2 3/4 miles long. The sign says 250 yards, but it's 2 3/4 miles. And we both pushed Ray down that, I can't use any of these words, boardwalk. And so we got to the water. Yay, we're all going to be weightless, this is going to be great. So we get Ray into the water. And he's floating on his back, and I was with another guy, Tom, one of the other instructor buddies of mine. And I had Ray underneath his arm, and Tom had him underneath his arm, and we're slugging our way up the river because there's 87 million gallons a day coming this way. So you're really slugging it up the river, and Ray's a New Yorker going, "Oh yeah, you know, this is really great. I love this. It's like having an Uber taxi on the water." And we're going. And we're dunking him, and we're laughing, and we're having a great time. And we finally make it all the way up the river to the entrance of Blue Springs proper. Zillions kids. So, get over the boil. You ready? I'm ready. Good, good. Okay, going down, going down. Inside, it's a pipe that goes 60 feet, then it turns, and then at 120, there's a little room where all the water comes out initially from the aquifer. We get Ray down to 60 feet, and he's having a great time. He's doing somersaults and cartwheels and all this stuff because he's weightless. He's in a wheelchair, so he's loving it. And he and Tom are doing great. I had over 100 dives to the boil in Blue Springs, and I said, "Gee, you know, I'm going to go down. I'll be right back. You guys stay here." Yeah, I went by myself. No, I shouldn't have. It was long ago and I was young and foolish. So I popped down to the boil, which is the size of your bedroom with a hole in it like a mattress with 87 million gallons a day coming out. There's also about 5 feet of rock sliding in and being, it's the most chaotic place I've ever been. And I go, "Yeah, I'm here, check that one off the logbook, and you crawl out. So I start crawling out. It's really indistinct. It's the blackest place I've ever been. And after a while, you can start to see a little bit, and I crawl up some more. And then you get to where one beam of light makes it. And then there's Ray and Tom at 60 feet. Cool, everything's looking great. 60 feet is about from that back wall to the front wall. It seems a lot deeper than when you're standing looking at it. So I'm coming up, everything's looking good. Perfect, perfect. I come up and I get even with him. Ray is naked from the waist down. And he didn't have on no underbreeches. He was, as they say, as God made him. Well, this is a bit of an issue. So I look at Ray and I go, Ray goes, oh yeah, I got 1,500 pounds. No. You look. And he looks down. Ray's a combat veteran, Marine. I mean, this guy does not panic at all. He has been through the worst situations I can even imagine. And when his face came up, well, there's a picture in the instructor manual, and it's just a mask. And it's got the eyes, and it says, panic. And I remember very distinctly going, wow, it looks just like the manual. So, well, what to do, what to do? Hey, we're burning a lot of air at 60 feet. If we go up to 30 feet, we'll have twice as much air and twice as long to deal with the problem. So I told Ray, go up to 30 feet. The vertical finger, single finger held up your thumb. Well, he goes out and looks up at 1,000 teenagers and looks at me and gave me similar single finger held vertically gesture. So, what to do? He ain't going up. And so I thought, well, I'll skip breathe, which is a technique to make your air go. As you can see, you can shake your head again. And I'll wait until he passes out, and then I'll try to get him up 60 feet and just deal with it at the surface. And as I'm sitting there, I wondered, well, what could have happened? Well, since Ray's legs didn't work, to get him in a wetsuit, you just pick up his legs and flop them in. So we used the largest 5XL cheap blue rental wetsuit that was at the bottom of the pile you've ever seen. And Ray had it on, and it was literally this big, and when he was hanging upside down, it floated off. Because he was naked, and there were no pants around. And so as I'm sitting there waiting for Ray to pass out, and he's going to go soon because the air's going shh, 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 shh. From the brilliant sunlight came his savior, another diver with his wetsuit pants. He later said, I didn't think they came out of the office. And Ray was saved. So that's the story of how my buddy Raymond G. Sullivan got his Open Water 1 certification with NAUI. Madam Toastmaster.